Prepare to have your perceptions of China shattered as we delve into 13 shocking facts about this ancient and enigmatic civilization. From the bizarre to the awe-inspiring, the revelations we're about to uncover will challenge everything you thought you knew about the Middle Kingdom. Get ready to be amazed, intrigued, and downright astonished as we peel back the layers and expose the hidden wonders that lie beneath the surface of this captivating country. The Tibetan Buddhism, a religion in China, considers the Panchen Lama as the second highest spiritual leader. Traditionally, the Panchen Lama is responsible for identifying and overseeing the education of each successive Dalai Lama, which is the highest position, making this role integral to the continuity of Tibetan Buddhist leadership. In 1995, a young Tibetan boy named Gedhun Choeki Nyima was recognized as the 11th Panchen Lama by the 14th Dalai Lama. This was a profoundly significant event, as the Panchen Lama is considered a living Buddha, a reincarnation of the Buddha's disciple Amitabha. However, the joy and reverence surrounding Gedhun Choeki Nyima's recognition was shattered just 3 days later when he and his family disappeared without a trace. In a brazen move, the Chinese government then installed its own candidate, Gyan Kane Norbu, as the official 11th Panchen Lama, sparking international outrage and accusations of religious persecution and human rights abuses. To this day, the whereabouts of the disappeared Gedhun Choeki Nyima remain unknown, with fears that he may have been detained, imprisoned, or even killed by the Chinese authorities. This case has become a symbol of the ongoing struggle for religious and cultural autonomy in Tibet, as the Chinese government's interference in the lineage of the Panchen Lama is seen as a direct attack on the very foundations of Tibetan Buddhism. The mystery surrounding the fate of the disappeared Panchen Lama continues to haunt the Tibetan community and the international community, who have repeatedly called for his safe return and the restoration of his rightful position as the spiritual leader of Tibet. This case stands as a stark reminder of the lengths the Chinese government will go to maintain its grip on the region and suppress the Tibetan people's cultural and religious identity. While gunpowder is often associated with the technological advancements of the West, the explosive compound was in fact first developed in ancient China. In the 9th century, Chinese alchemists, in their relentless pursuit of the elixir of immortality, stumbled upon the formula for this revolutionary substance quite by accident. Initially, gunpowder was used primarily for fireworks and firecrackers, as the Chinese revered its spectacular pyrotechnic displays during festivals and ceremonies. However, it wasn't long before the transformative potential of this new discovery became apparent, as gunpowder found its way into the development of early firearms and cannons. This Chinese invention would go on to have a profound impact on the course of human history, as the introduction of gunpowder-based weaponry irrevocably transformed the nature of warfare and military technology globally. The knowledge of gunpowder's explosive properties would eventually spread from China to Europe and the rest of the world, leading to the rise of more advanced firearms and artillery that would reshape the geopolitical landscape for centuries to come. The origins of gunpowder in ancient China serve as a testament to the inquisitive spirit and innovative prowess of the Chinese people. What began as an alchemical pursuit for immortality ultimately led to the creation of a substance that would forever change the course of human civilization, with far-reaching consequences that continue to be felt to this day. Towering over the mighty Yangtze River in central China, the Three Gorges Dam stands as an engineering marvel that has left an indelible mark on the country. Completed in 2006 after over a decade of arduous construction, this colossal structure is the largest hydroelectric power station in the world, boasting an astounding generating capacity of 22,500 megawatts. The sheer scale of the Three Gorges Dam is simply staggering. The wall of the dam measures 607 feet, 185 meters in height and stretches for over 1.4 miles, 2.3 kilometers, across the Yangtze River. This mammoth project was undertaken with the goal of harnessing the immense hydroelectric potential of the river, providing clean and renewable energy to fuel China's rapid industrialization and economic growth. However, the construction of the Three Gorges Dam has not been without its controversies and criticisms. The project has resulted in the forced relocation of over 1.3 million people, as entire towns and villages were submerged under the rising waters of the Yangtze. Additionally, numerous historical and cultural sites were lost to the flooding, sparking concerns about the preservation of China's heritage. In the intricate tapestry of Chinese culture, the concept of sharing a pair is considered deeply taboo, rooted in a fascinating linguistic association. The Chinese word for pair, or liang, bears a striking similarity to the word for separate or divorce, which is lihun. This homophonic connection has given rise to a widely held belief that sharing a pair of items can symbolically lead to the dissolution of a relationship or the separation of two individuals. This notion is firmly grounded in the principle of sympathetic magic, where actions that sound alike are believed to have comparable effects. As a result, the practice of sharing a pair, whether it be household items, clothing, or even eating utensils, is generally avoided in Chinese society, especially among couples or close friends. The fear is that by sharing a pair, one could inadvertently invite the specter of separation or divorce into their lives. While tipping is a widely accepted practice in many Western countries, the cultural landscape in China presents a starkly different perspective on this custom. In fact, the act of tipping can be viewed as deeply offensive in certain Chinese social contexts. The roots of this aversion to tipping can be traced back to the traditional Chinese belief that providing good service is a professional obligation, not something that warrants additional compensation. The very notion of offering a tip can be interpreted as a subtle implication that the service was subpar, which can be seen as disrespectful to the service provider. Furthermore, the practice of tipping is generally uncommon in China, and in some cases, it can even be perceived as rude or embarrassing. This attitude is firmly rooted in the cultural norms and historical traditions that have long shaped Chinese society. Understanding and respecting this cultural sensitivity is crucial for visitors and foreigners seeking to engage respectively with the Chinese people and their unique social fabric. Buried beneath the ancient city of Xi'an in the Shaanxi province of China lies one of the most astounding archaeological discoveries in human history, the Terracotta Army. This vast underground mausoleum was constructed over 2,000 years ago to guard the tomb of the first emperor of the Qin dynasty, Qin Shi Huang. The Terracotta Army is a sight to behold, consisting of thousands of life-sized, meticulously crafted terracotta warriors, horses, and chariots, each with its own unique facial features and expressions. The sheer scale and attention to detail of this ancient army have left archaeologists and historians in a state of awe and wonder as they continue to unravel the mysteries surrounding this remarkable feat of ancient engineering and artistry. The Terracotta Army is not just a stunning display of craftsmanship, it is also a testament to the power and ambition of the Qin dynasty, whose first emperor sought to recreate his earthly kingdom in the afterlife. The discovery of this vast underground necropolis has not only shed light on the military might and technological prowess of ancient China, but has also ignited a deep fascination with the culture, beliefs, and rituals that shape this extraordinary civilization. One of the most controversial and disturbing practices in the history of China was the tradition of footbinding. For centuries, young girls were subjected to this excruciating and mutilating ritual, where their feet were tightly wrapped and restricted, causing them to become severely deformed and tiny, a standard of beauty that was highly prized within Chinese society. The practice of footbinding was believed to enhance a woman's marriageability, as the delicate diminutive feet were seen as a symbol of grace, elegance, and high social status. However, this pursuit of a perceived aesthetic ideal came at a tremendous cost, as the process caused immense pain and suffering, often resulting in lifelong disabilities and debilitating complications. The footbinding process typically began around the age of 6, when a young girl's feet were meticulously wrapped in tight bandages, forcing the toes to curl under and the arch to be severely contorted. Over time, the bones would break and the feet would become permanently disfigured, leaving the women with what were known as lotus feet, tiny, stunted appendages that were just a few inches long. Despite the immense physical and psychological toll, the tradition of footbinding persisted for generations, deeply entrenched in the societal norms and beauty ideals of imperial China. It was not until the early 20th century that the practice was finally outlawed, as the country underwent a gradual process of modernization and westernization. Each year, as the Chinese New Year celebrations approach, the world witnesses the largest human migration on the planet. Millions of people, often referred to as the floating population, leave the country's major cities and urban centers, returning to their hometowns and villages to reunite with family and celebrate the Lunar New Year. This annual exodus, known as the Spring Festival Travel Rush or Chunyun, creates a massive movement of people that strains China's transportation networks and challenges the country's logistical capabilities. Over the course of several weeks, an estimated 3 billion trips are made as family members journey across the vast expanse of China to be together during this cherished holiday. The sheer scale of this human migration is a testament to the deep-rooted cultural significance of the Chinese New Year and the enduring importance of family ties within Chinese society. The Spring Festival has long been a time for reunion, reflection, and the renewal of connections, and the willingness of millions to undertake these arduous journeys speaks to the enduring strength of these traditions. As the world's largest annual human migration, the Chunyun phenomenon offers a remarkable glimpse into the cultural fabric of China, where the pull of home and family remains a powerful force, even in the face of the country's rapid modernization and urbanization. In Chinese culture, few elements are as revered and deeply ingrained as the art of tea appreciation, known as cha dao. This centuries-old tradition transcends the simple act of drinking tea, elevating it into a celebration of the senses and a deeply contemplative practice. Tea has been an integral part of Chinese life for millennia, with its history intertwined with the country's philosophical, medicinal, and social traditions. The ritual of cha dao involves a meticulous process of selecting, preparing, and savoring the tea, imbuing each step with cultural significance and symbolic meaning. From the choice of the perfect teapot to the precise temperature of the water, the art of tea appreciation in China is a study in mindfulness and attention to detail. The drinker is encouraged to engage all their senses, appreciating the subtle aromas, flavors, and textures of the tea, while also fostering a deeper connection to the ancient traditions of the Middle Kingdom. Despite the rapid modernization and westernization of China, the practice of traditional Chinese medicine, popularly known as TCM, remains deeply entrenched in the country's healthcare system and cultural identity. This holistic approach to healing, which encompasses herbal remedies, acupuncture, and other ancient therapies, continues to be widely accepted and utilized by the Chinese population. The enduring popularity of TCM is a testament to the deep-rooted beliefs and traditions that have been passed down for generations within Chinese society. These ancient practices, which view the human body as a complex, interconnected system, offer an alternative to the more reductive and symptom-based approach of conventional Western medicine. For many Chinese people, TCM is not just a means of treating illness, but a way of life that promotes overall wellness and harmony. The use of natural plant-based remedies combined with practices like acupuncture and Tai Chi are seen as a holistic path to physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. There you have it, friends. As we bid farewell to those 10 shocking facts, let's remember that the wonders of China are endless, and that the more we explore, the more we will be surprised, captivated, and transformed by the enduring legacy of this remarkable nation. But of course, you can't have roses without thorns. Are there other shocking facts you know about China that we didn't share? Feel free to type them in the comments.